Here's a hot take. The iPhone Air, not as big of a deal as people are making it out to be. I guess it is exciting to see that Apple is doing something new and bringing out a new product, but I really think that this phone is overhyped and that there's some big potential downsides to this thing. Here are the things that we know. It is insanely thin, which I do think is beautiful, and I'm sure holding it in your hand feels like something new, feels like something different, and that alone is going to get a lot of people excited. But with something being that thin, there has to be a few big drawbacks. One, I think the speakers are going to suck, and that's something that's really important to me as someone who consumes a lot on his phone. I feel like if the speakers aren't good, that's going to like ruin my viewing experience. Second, if it's that thin, that means even though they said they have a pretty big battery in there, I can't imagine that battery holding up really well to all day use. And since they put in the new A19 Pro processor in there, that processor is probably spectacular and it could probably do a lot. But with that comes huge battery consumption. So there's a lot more to it too, like how they have this titanium body, but on the 17 Pros now they moved to aluminum body because they wanted to do better cooling. And I'm imagining they're talking about the cooling because this chip is so powerful that it probably causes a lot of heat and all this stuff that they did for the Pros. But iPhone Air, it's still using that titanium body and there's really nowhere for this heat to go. And I'm sure that means they're going to throttle the performance of this. But at the same time, I also know there's not a lot of people that are using these phones to their limit. I don't know a lot of people who are editing on their phone or playing really intense games on their phone. So in that case, it might be perfect. If you're just doing everyday things like texting and scrolling, I'm sure it's going to be completely fine. But the other big thing that for me was the deal breaker is like that single fusion camera they have. I'm just someone who uses my phone a lot for photos and videos, all the way from the super wide to the telephoto. I use it all the time, especially with my kids. But I could be completely wrong about this. If you are someone who wants something super thin, light, doesn't really take a lot of photos and videos, and doesn't really use the phone for any intense tasks, this might be the perfect phone for you if you want to spend $1,000.